South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace and California Congressman Khanna launched this congressional bipartisan affordable child care caucus to deal with this issue, and they both join us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, Congresswoman Mace, how did you hear about this, and what is the solution?
Well, first of all, Khanna. Ro and I have worked together on a number of issues, particularly cybersecurity, and we decided to team up and start having this conversation about childcare. So first off, I want to thank Ro for his friendship and thank him for working with me on this issue. I'm willing to work with anyone who's willing to work with me, but we know that when parents have freedom to choose a childcare for their family that meets their values, and that is affordable, more families are better off, their children are better off, and we got to figure this out together.
Okay, so Congressman, what's the story here? Did these daycares get money after COVID? Because I know they lost a third of their employment. Did they get this money and then now it's being taken away, and you're concerned that many of them are going to have to close?
Yeah, so first I want to thank Representative Mace as well for her bipartisan leadership on cyber and other issues. You know, there's a lot more cooperation sometimes in Congress than people see on the media, so I appreciate you're highlighting this. Look, 86% of Americans think we need to do more to make childcare affordable. After COVID, there were grants given so that people could afford childcare. It's over $10,000 a year for an average family, and those grants come to an end. We need to make sure that we have some funding for families so that it is not out of reach, and that we need to have more flexibility in training for childcare workers and investment in childcare workers.
Congresswoman, it's being reported that 70,000 child care centers will have to close because of this. How do we know if it's going to be our daycare?
It's hard to say, and in fact, I am dealing with child care centers here in South Carolina that are trying to we're trying to develop right now, and the impact fees, local fees, state fees, and permitting the expenses are extraordinary. And so what I would like us to also do is highlight some of the ways that states can make child care more affordable. There are some areas where you have to have a 4-year degree to be a child care worker. Well, that just increases the cost exponentially. There are other states where you might be trained in child care, but when you move to another state, there's no reciprocity for that certification. And so, again, that increases the cost of child care. So there is a lot of low-hanging fruit that states can also address, and I would like to see us highlight some of those things as Congress fights over the money, which is going to happen this fall.
All right, so Congressman, where do you see this going?
Well, I do think there are bipartisan areas. I think having more flexibility on training makes sense. I think not necessarily having a 4-year degree, having more pay for child care workers. But look, I mean, an investment in America's children should be common sense. It's pro-family. It's pro-economic growth. Corporations are losing billions of dollars because of women particularly not being able to work with child care. And this was a Republican initiative initially. It was President Gerald Ford and then George W. Bush who actually had a child care tax credit. So it's been bipartisan, and I'm hoping we can get bipartisan funding for this.